Hey guys, Crewman here. And while my KS0s were my first entry into ASICs, my first true ASIC, as in size, price, hash, etc., was the JASMINER X16Q. It's the largest ASIC I have ever purchased. I bought it at the end of November and it was deployed shortly after I got back from CES, about the first week of January. I actually got to see the unit for the first time at CES. And now we are basically 6 months, a little bit over 6 months in, and I want to go over with you my profitability numbers for my JASMINER X16Q, my thoughts on it, and if I think it was worth buying. So stay tuned after a word from our sponsor. Hey guys, this video is sponsored to you by Crypto Miner Bros, your one-stop shop for all of your home ASIC mining needs. Now my favorite part about Crypto Miner Bros is their prices include shipping and, surcharges and everything. What you see is all you're going to have to pay to get it shipped to your door. The miner I'm talking about in this video is the X16Q, but they have quite a few different JASMiners here that cost more or less and may better suit your needs. Make sure you use code CREWMAN for $70 off your next order. Thanks again to Crypto Miner Bros for sponsoring this video. Alright, so here's what you've all been waiting for. My profitability numbers. You can see here that anything that is highlighted in green is doing great, like Octaspace. Anything in red is doing really bad, like Connexium. And the ones in orange are just doing okay, not as bad as Connexium, which is ETC and Zilliqa. Basically mined 4 different kinds of Ethash coins over the last 6 months, including ZIL. Now my ZIL numbers are based on the average of what other X16Q owners are getting. So shout out to everyone who helped me compare the numbers. And we basically figured out that you mine about 35 ZIL per day. Now, obviously, this isn't perfect as we don't know if the yield changes because you can't really track ZIL hash rate. It's weird. So I basically took 35 times it by 31 times it by 6. So I got kind of like an imperfect number. But the total is so low that I feel comfortable keeping it on my ROI number as it's not affecting it too much either way. And it's enough to get the point across. As you can see, I basically made 45% of my profit back. I made about $1,490.14 total value of all the coins that I've mined. I spent $3,340 on the JASMINER X16Q in November. Now, like I said, I bought this myself. This video was sponsored by Crypto Miner Bros, but the X16Q itself, I paid for out of my own pocket to give you an idea of how much I believe in this product. $1,850 left to break even. 2 things I did not take into account in that break even cost. My total power cost, which is $294.36, and then the write-off cost. When you're in business, you can write these things off, and obviously writing them off helps you get closer to their break-even value. And the write-off cost for this was $734. As the numbers show, I feel really, really good about this miner. This is hands down my favorite miner right now because of how many different Ethash coins you can mine. Now, I know Caspa ASICs can mine like 2 or 3 different ones. You really don't have a lot of flexibility in, mining, even BTC miners, the new Lithium miners, Caspa miners, etc. They don't have the flexibility that you get on an Ethash ASIC, which is why I prefer them so much. You can kind of do multiple different strategies, right? You can chase one coin and pin all your hopes on it. You can split it between 1 or 2 coins, or you could just mine a ton of different Ethash coins and hope one of them spikes enough to make you a lot of money. Or maybe they all spike. None of this is financial advice. What I'm getting at is there's more flexibility in an Ethash ASIC than any other ASIC, which is my favorite part about them. Now finally, should you buy a JASMINER X16Q? Well, we all know the boogeyman in the room, and if you don't, you should. I'm going to explain it to you right now. The JASMINER X44Q was announced a few months ago, April 2nd to be exact. With JASMiners historically long delay times in, first of all, getting the miner finished, and second of all, getting enough made, and third of all, shipping the miner out. And you can look at the X16Q and the X16P for proof of that. I would guess that you probably have around 7 to 8 months before a new miner releases. Now remember, that's just me speculating. I have no inside info on that. What I'm getting at is you'll get a full winter to heat your house with these things, because if you've watched my review video, and if you haven't, I'll link it down below and at the end of this video, you can put these things anywhere in your house and they can heat your house in the winter. They can heat, one Jasminer can heat an entire room during the winter. If you look at my review video, you'll see how hot the garage was getting. And you'll get 7 or 8 months to mine. I'm personally hoping that I get this Jasminer most of the way ROI'd by the end of the year, which frankly is way better than I thought. As when I bought this, I just assumed that I would not come close to ROIing for a while, and I would just stack a bunch of ETH hash coins and see what happened. Now, obviously that didn't happen, but I'm very happy with the results. So anyway, I do think that if you are okay with the fact that another ETH hash miner could come out soon, within the next 6 or 7 months, which technically is the risk anybody takes when they buy an ASIC, unless they get it when it first comes out, which usually means it costs the most amount of money, that the X16Q is a croup buy. You have a lot of flexibility on it. It has a lot of utility. It's small. It can be mined on 120 or 240 vault. I think it's going to be very, very difficult to get wrecked at that price. You're basically paying the cost of like a 4090 and maybe a 4080. Let's say that for the price of those two GPUs, you can get yourself a Jasminer ASIC, which is much more profitable and is a very, very good way to diversify your crypto mining farm and take advantage of quite a few ETH hash coins that are worth mining. So thanks again for watching this video. Thank you so much to Crypto Miner Bros for sponsoring this video. Shout out to them. Remember, you can use code CRUIT for $70 off. So thanks again for watching. Please like and subscribe. Check out my other Jasminer X16Q videos. CRUITman is out.